We do not yet have enough people protected with our vaccines to keep our loved ones and our communities safe. A circuit breaker is now required to break the chains of transmission in our province and allow us to safely move forward through this next phase. Gathering indoors is what is the greatest risk to all of us right now. As a result, for the next 3 weeks, from midnight tonight through to April 19th, I am putting a number of amendments in place. First, indoor dining at all food and liquor serving premises is paused. These locations may remain open for full meal service on patios or for takeout or delivery only. Those who only serve snacks or appetizers must close. Additionally, indoor adult group fitness activities of any kind at gyms, fitness centers, or studios are also paused. Activities in these locations are restricted to individual or one-on-one activities only. Contact tracing has shown us that these settings amplify the spread, and as a result, activities indoors in these locations need to be on hold for now. As the Premier mentioned, we are seeing transmission through social interactions, through social networks, but they are being amplified and transmitted through some of these settings in our communities that have remained open, as much as we have tried to ensure that COVID safety plans are in place and people are following them. If you're unsure if this applies to you, then I'm asking you to stop what you are doing for the next 3 weeks so that we can make progress with our immunization program. The previously announced order variants for limited indoor worship services that we have worked very carefully with our faith leaders across the province will now need to be suspended. It is with a heavy heart that I have to announce this. This is something that we have worked carefully with faith leaders of all faiths, and it is something that I know was important for people. But I cannot, in all conscience, with the increased numbers of cases that we're having and the risk that we see from indoor services, allow these types of activities to happen right now. Our outdoor worship service under the current variants may continue, because we know that it is much safer to have these types of activities outdoors. We've also seen transmission directly connected in travel between communities, and remind everybody, now more than ever, travel is limited to essential travel for work or medical reasons only. We need to pay attention to this now. We have seen increasing cases related to travel over this past few weeks. We know that people have taken advantage of the weather and the March break to go places with their family. And what that has meant is that we've seen a rapid rise of cases of people have returned to their home communities. And this is important for us to pay attention to now. Additionally, we've seen increasing cases again in the Whistler Blackcomb area, despite testing and contact tracing and much work that Vancouver Coastal and the community have been doing together to try and support people to isolate and to prevent transmission, and the immunization program that we've started in the worker accommodation in Whistler. Unfortunately, this has not been enough, and we're starting to see cases increase again in that community, and particularly in the past week with the more worrisome cluster of the P1 Brazil variant of concern. We've also seen transmission from travel to and from other communities across BC from the Whistler area. As part of this, we will be closing the Whistler Blackcomb Ski Resort for the same period between now and April 19th. It is critical right now that if you or anyone in your family develops any sign of illness, that you, especially children returning from spring break, and if you have traveled, you must stay home from work or school. Arrange to get tested immediately. We also ask everybody right now to pay attention to how you can work from home, whether this is businesses, unless you have to be in the workplaces. We're asking everybody to take that measure again, to work primarily from home as much as possible.